Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am talking to you guys about my favorite products in the month of February. Just want to get out of the way right now what my lip combination is. I'm wearing a combination of the Alabaster and ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Arriba with the NARS Velvet Lip Glide in Le Palace. On top of it to make it a little more glossy. The gloss is actually darker than the lipstick. Can we have a moment? That's the thing. Also, my eyelashes today are the Violet Voss Eyes Baby lashes. Just kind of wanted to get those out of the way because I'm not talking about those in this video, but you guys probably wanted to know. So let's dive into my favorites, shall we? Okay, so the first thing I want to share with you guys is something that is in my blush contour pan palette. This is just a collection of like a whole bunch of Makeup Geek blushes. There's and some other ones as well. There's some NARS products up here, Makeup Geek, Tarte, MAC. There's a little bit of everything in this palette. There's two things in here that I've been reaching for a lot lately. The first is this Makeup Geek contour powder, and this is in the shade Breakup. It is for Porcelain Cool, I believe. Cool Porcelain, yep. The other thing I've been using a lot in here is this Makeup Geek blush, which I think is in the shade Cherish. Yes, Cherish. It's actually the blush I am wearing today on top of my bronzer. It's just this little subtle pinkiness going through. It's beautiful. It's a great shade for fair to, I'd say, light medium skin tones. The next item I have is actually a skincare item. So if you guys haven't seen my updated skincare routine video, which went up last week, it'll be linked up here if you haven't seen it yet. I mentioned this in that. This is the Drunk Elephant TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. This does have an AHA BHA blend. This has been a really great product for me lately. I've never tried a Drunk Elephant product before. I'm now starting to get to the set that I bought during the Rouge sale. This was part of that set. This is full size, and I think it like retails for like 80 bucks or something crazy like that. Drunk Elephant is not cheap, unfortunately, but to be honest, some of the best skincare is not really cheap. There are good things, yes. This is amazing, and it is unfortunately really, really pricey. But it's definitely a great product. You get a pretty good amount. You've got 1 ounce in here, and you really just need 1 pump, and that is more than enough for your whole face. I would show you guys. Can we have a moment for the twist cap? I just like it. Makes it really nice and easy because even in this state, I can't pump anything. So I've definitely been feeling like I'm waking up with much more luminous skin in the morning, and it's a great deal softer than it was at the beginning of January before I started using this. I started using this around like January 26th or 27th, something like that. So I've been using it for about a month, and I'm really starting to see a difference in my skin. Most skincare can take up to 2 months for people to see results sometimes, depending on the product and what it's designed to do. This is something that, you know, I felt like I saw something, but I don't know if I was just trying to play myself because I'm like, okay, the price tag's making me want to see something. But I ended up really, really loving this. So yeah, if you've got the money, or if you have one of the future Rouge or VIB sale coupons, because there is usually one in the spring, so they've got one coming up, this may be something to consider, or buying any product from Drunk Elephant. I do have a couple others that I want to try out before I decide to buy full size. So I've got to switch those into my skincare routine pretty darn soon before I forget about that. The next item is a favorite, and I can't remember if I put this in my January favorites. I don't think I did. If I did, I'm sorry, but this is straight up one of the 2 foundations I've been wearing all month, and that's the Milk Makeup Blur Liquid Matte Foundation. I have mine in the shade Fair. This is definitely, I wouldn't call it a matte foundation. It does say matte foundation on it. I think it's more of a demi-matte personally, because it still has a glow, it still has a luminosity. Even when I'm not pairing it with a luminous base, I'm definitely still getting a very, not dewy, it is like there's a light coming from within, especially on the high points of my face. This guy is doing a good job of, you know, making my skin look very even. It is a hair bit too yellow for my skin tone, so I just have to make sure to balance it out with my concealer and my bronzer and my blush and everything as well. But this has definitely been a favorite. I didn't expect to like it, if we're gonna be honest. I think I've explained before, I tend to prefer foundations that are more of a natural or a satin finish. I don't necessarily like the ones that are extremely dewy or extremely matte. I don't tend to like those, which is why I was kind of turned off to the idea of this in the first place. But after doing that review, wearing it, I think I've worn it at least 15 times since then, at least. But yeah, I definitely think it's great. It's a good, affordable, high-end foundation. It's $36, I wanna say. So again, there's a Rouge sale coming up. If you're looking for a new foundation to try and you think one of the shades in this line might match, there's not a ton of them, but if you think one of them does match, maybe give this guy a try. The other foundation I've been wearing a lot, and that's because I put this into my Project Pan bin. It's not really a bin, it's that stuff back there. This is the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. I have mine in the shade Mont Blanc. Again, it's a little yellow for me right now. Siberia is definitely way too yellow for me to wear right now. But this guy is, there's a reason why beauty gurus loved this for the longest time on YouTube. It's a very natural, radiant finish to the foundation, and it's very buildable. I wouldn't say it's full coverage right out the bat. You can probably build it to, I'd say, like a lower full coverage level. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, you can maybe get to like a 9. If you've got really nice skin, it'll feel like a 10. If you've got, you know, textured skin, lots of breakouts, issues like that, it's not gonna feel like a 10, it's gonna feel more like an 8. But I definitely think it's buildable to getting to a point where it's close to full coverage, if that's any better. I kind of wear this on like light makeup days because it's definitely not as full coverage as that Milk Makeup one I mentioned. But this guy does do a good job of just kind of evening out my skin, adding that luminosity to it so that I can just go straight in and... I don't know what I was trying to say there. I just like it. While we're on the subject of NARS, the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Chantilly has kind of been a favorite of mine lately. I'm wearing it today. I also used it to carve out my brows. This stuff is really, really nice. It took me a while to get into it because, again, it's a matte concealer and I tend to prefer things on the more luminous, dewy side. But when I set it either with like highlighting powder of some kind, or when I spray it with something like Fix Plus to set my makeup, it kind of lets the luminosity come through. So like, I still have a little bit of shine coming through here, and it doesn't cake up under my eyes, which for a matte concealer is always my first concern, is that it's gonna settle into any lines there, or that it's going to, I don't know, look heavier, creepier, I guess is the best way of phrasing it. Next is something that I'm also wearing today, and this for some reason got pulled out of my makeup drawer for no reason. Actually, I don't even really know why it was. I think I just wanted to change it up from a brow pencil one day, and then I kind of stuck. And that's this guy. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow, and mine's in the shade Blonde. It is what is in my brows today. As you can see, I haven't mentioned it yet. Oh no, I would have talked about it in Monday's video. Never mind, I'm not gonna talk to you about it. With my new hair color, I've definitely been having to err on the side of the lighter pencils I already have. So this is my Dipbrow. It looks a little bit janky. This is definitely a little bit more gray toned, a little more ashy toned, which is kind of what I liked in the first place for me and my skin tone, because I am a very cool toned person. I really like how this looks in my brows now, especially with this hair. I feel like it goes well because it's dark, but it's not so dark. I feel like my taupe pencil from Anastasia looks too dark now. I feel like the NYX brow pencil in taupe, which I've been wearing all month as well, now feels too dark. But this, for some reason, maybe it's because it's a pomade and I can lighten it up a little bit easier, I don't know what, but I've really been liking it. And I like it even more now that I have this hair, which is not fully silver yet. It's getting there. My favorite lip combination this month, it's gonna sound a little odd because even I was kind of like, why? I think I did mention it in one of my recent videos, but I've been pairing the Buxom lip pencil in Sydney, which is just this really nice, here, let me swatch it for you guys. It's just this really nice, light, nudie pink kind of color. Works really well for me and my skin tone. And I've been pairing it with this Anastasia lip gloss in the shade Undressed. which these are very opaque lip glosses, to say the least. They're not like a sheer lip gloss. They do have quite a bit of pigmentation. As you can see, this is just a tad bit more pinky than this. Well, it's not even pink. It's more like peachy. Peachy is the word I'm looking for. So pairing these two together gives me kind of the effect of the concealer lips, but not quite. But the two of them together have just been a favorite of mine this month, and I can't really put my finger on why. I've been very into nude lips. The next favorite is something that I think I've mentioned in a couple different videos. This is the Tarte Clean Slate Smoothing Primer. I've definitely been using this a lot more than I used to be. Smoothing primers and I kind of have a back and forth depending on the brand. I really do like this stuff though. I just put it on my pore areas, so kind of here on my cheeks, my whole nose, because I've got a pore problem right now on my nose. I'll put a little bit in my upper lip and then also in the center of my forehead. And this stuff just blurs like you wouldn't freaking believe. It's amazing. Next, my mascara this month has been the Buxom Big Tease mascara. I've really been liking this. I didn't really like it when I first tried it. I was kind of like, I don't know. The wand's a little big for my liking, but it's definitely grown on me. You know, it's a really good brush to pair with this formula. I like both the formula and the mascara, but the shape of the wand does a really good job of kind of creating almost a cat eye effect with my lashes. The tip of the brush just gets right up into my corner or right into the outer corner to build a little bit more, but the growth in this is just perfect for me and for my lashes at least. Something that will also look familiar if you watched my skincare routine video will be this guy. This is the Henriksen Nurture Me Facial Water. It's pronounced Ulla Henriksen. He's Danish. His videos are adorable. He's my favorite person to watch videos at when I was in training at Sephora. This is designed to soothe and hydrate your skin, and it uses cucumber, chamomile, and provitamin B5. This is the old packaging. I think they've revamped everything. But this stuff's really great before I go with my moisturizer or to refresh my skin while I'm doing my makeup. Mostly I've been using it on the skincare front of things, but this has definitely been a huge favorite this month. Let's move on to a highlight. This was also something I put in my Project Pan bin, and I don't quite know why. Did I actually? I don't think I did. No, I did put it in there. This is the Pixi and Aspen Ovard Glowy Powder in London Lustre. This stuff is really intense. Like, I mean, I'm wearing a pretty glowy highlight right now, but let's just have a moment. This is my Sigma F35. Ready? Ready? Look at that. Glow, glow, glow. Woo, woo. It is on the pricier side for a drugstore highlight. You can buy this at Target, obviously, or wherever Pixi is sold. I think it costs like 17 or 18 bucks, which is not cheap for a highlighter from the drugstore. But this is such a giant, huge pan. Like, this is the size of my palm, for crying out loud. Like, this is big. It will take you forever to use it up. I think there's also another shade. I don't know if it's still available because I bought this forever and a year ago. Next is kind of a bronzer I've been reaching for a lot lately. I haven't been using it on camera as much, but definitely in my day-to-day life, I've been using it a lot. This is the Ciate Bamboo Bronzer in Palm Island. I think I mentioned this a while back. I'm starting to wear out the bow pattern. This is the lighter of the two bronzers. I don't know what the darker one's called because I don't own it. But this is really nice. It's actually the bronzer I am wearing today on my face. But this is just a really nice matte bronzer. It just does a really good job of giving that subtle warmth to your skin. Next thing I want to mention is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Setting Powder. I think I have enough said about this because it's in every single tutorial I do now. I love this powder. Like I said, I'm not usually a matte person, but this guy, I've been loving this guy lately. Don't know why. And then because I was trying to change up my contour game, I started reaching for this guy all over again. This is the Tarte Pro Glow Palette. I'm trying to open him without spilling anything. Okay, here we go. I've definitely been reaching for the highlighters a lot more lately, and the Sculpt shade down here. The shade, the pan called Shade, this dude, the cream one. I don't really use that guy as much, and the shade Fire is a little dark for me, but I do use these 4 over here, and they're gorgeous as well. I mean, I have more than enough good things to say about this. I think if you haven't tried this out yet, there is also a mini like travel size one you could try too. But this guy's definitely worth the money. I don't think it's a bad product. I don't think I've seen anyone say anything bad about it. I think just some people decide either A, that's a little too much stuff for me, or B, I just don't need it. I think it's definitely worth looking at though. These are some beautiful, beautiful products. I mean, look at that. Look at that. So yeah, that is everything I wanted to talk to you guys about. Those are all my favorites for the month of February. Not a whole lot of stuff, but some new and exciting things. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know every time I'm uploading a video. I do upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And be sure to leave me your comments, questions, concerns, and your suggestions for this video or future videos that you want to see. I always love hearing what you guys want to see from me. I love getting inspiration from your guys' suggestions. I've done a couple of those lately, so I'm hoping to do some more. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!